Right, Shalom. Right, once again, want to give all praises, honor, and glory to the Supreme Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Haraka Kodash, double honors to the elders, the apostles of Great Millstone that surely do well. Salutation to all Yakim that push this without the insincerity and truth. That's Brother Lamad from GMS Trinidad. Right, this is 2018, the year of prophecy. Right, we are the Hebrew Israelites according to the Bible. Right, the children of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The confusion of faces throughout the four corners of the earth that was scattered about through persecution. All right, now come to do another sit down video here. Hope it edifying towards you. Hopefully, like I entitled this video, the benefits of pride or the result of pride. All right, now I don't really have no precepts, but I have some in mind. Right, now the reason why say the benefits of pride, because a lot of people out here, they're proud. Not only the people outside of the fold, but people who know they are Hebrew Israelites. Hey, Ben in GMS, it will have proud people, but what going to be the benefit of you being proud? All right, 6 things that the Most High hate. Yeah, proud look is even one. A lot of people come into this truth. And with the scripture saying, let me see if I could get that real quick in where is that? Romans 4:4-7. No. Up. So just bear with me 1 second. Alright. Let me work like that, then have to resort to photographic. Alright, just bear with me 1 second, Babu Kosha. Or is it? Where art thou? Slack. I have feeling so, If 15 days. Slack Yakim, Baba Kosha, 1 Corinthians 4:7. Right? 1 Corinthians 4:7. It says, for who maketh thee to differ? Matter of fact, start at verse 6. It says, and these things, brethren, I have in a figure transferred to myself and to Apollos, for your sakes, that he might learn in us not to think of men above that which is written, that no one of you will be puffed up for one against another. Right? When you check out being puffed up, it goes back to being proud, it goes back to being haughty. Alright, full of your blasted self. Alright? So where is the benefit of you being puffed up? Verse 7, for who maketh thee to differ from another, and what hast thou that thou didst not receive? Now if thou didst receive it, why dost thou glory as if thou hast not received it? Right? Because, hey, this truth, right, the words of the Most High, first of all, came from the Most High to his son, through the angels, unto, first of all, back in this day and age, Ella Abel Bibbins, unto the elders, the apostles of Great Millstone coming all the way down. Alright, and continuing in that lineup. So you come in the truth, like these men from Tried and Refined, right? All of a sudden they get puffed up and speaking against the elders. How did you learn this? Right? You learn this word from watching the elders on YouTube, from on the Unicorn. Say be puffed up against another brother, or even men in your own surroundings, they puffed up because they know real scripture, because they know breakdowns, or whatever other reason. Alright? But what is the benefit of your pride? Alright? So you can't, when you come into this truth, the scripture said the greater thou art, the more you have to humble yourself. Let another man lips praise you. Alright? Let another man glorify you. Because the benefit of your pride ain't going to profit in nothing. Alright? Ecclesiasticus chapter 10. Let me see around verse 12. I believe it's more verse 18. Right. Ecclesiasticus chapter 10 verse 18. Here what it has to say. See, it says Ecclesiasticus chapter 10 verse 18. Pride was not made for men, nor furious anger for them that are born of woman. So pride wasn't made for man. Right? The Most High is the only one who's supposed to be proud, the high and lofty one. He's the only one who say I am, because he saw no one greater. He lift up his hands. He saw by himself. All right, he saw by himself, because this is the beginning of pride. Right, the beginning of pride is when one departed from the Most High, and his heart is turned away from his Maker. Right? So you don't want to turn away from the Most High, because you know what's going to happen to your ass? Ecclesiastes chapter 8 verse 3. But here where verse 2 says, I counsel thee to keep the king's commandment, and that in regard of the oath of the Most High. Right? So when you have pride, you ain't going to keep the king's commandment. You're going to be high and lofty. Be not hasty to go out of his sight. Stand not in an evil thing, for he doeth whatsoever pleaseth him. So the Most High, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, is the only person who could do whatever he wants. You cannot. He is but earth and ashes. That is why the scripture says in same Ecclesiasticus 10, why is earth and ashes proud? Alright? Let me get that back. Ecclesiasticus chapter 10, verse 14 or 16. Pride is deceitful before bear not hatred. 10:10. No. I know it's right here, you know. Alright, can't seem to find it right now. I don't have it highlighted right here. Verse 9, you know, that the right the Salakia. It says, why is earth and ashes proud? There is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man. For such an one setteth his own soul to sale, because while he liveth, he casteth away his own bowels, right? So why is earth and ashes proud? Right? Because why? The Most High, what he says in Job chapter just sound bad now again. Right, Job chapter 34, right? Right, Job chapter 34, 14. Right, it says, if he set his heart upon man, if he gather unto himself his spirit and his breath, all flesh shall perish together, and man shall turn again unto dust. Alright, so we as men, right, we're not supposed to be proud. Why is earth and ashes proud? Because why? The Most High is the Father of all spirits. So if he take back his spirit, why is earth and ashes proud? You have nothing to be proud of. You have to humble yourself. Alright? Right? So where's the benefit of you being proud? Where's the benefit of your pride? Right? This is Isaiah chapter 2, verse 11. Right? It says, for And verse 12, it says, for the day of Yahweh of hosts shall be upon everyone that is proud and lofty, and upon everyone that is lifted up, and he shall be brought low. Right? So that is one of the benefits of you being proud. The Most High going to bring you low. He going to bring you onto the dust. Right? Because people refuse to hearken unto the voice of the Most High, whether in or out of the truth. Right? It's a proud men who will be in the truth, because knowledge profit up. Alright? So you have to humble yourself. You have to take your time. Take a chill pill. Alright? Because all you're going to be doing is be making yourself fuel for the fire. Right? Bear me a sec again. So I say I didn't have no precepts right down. Just basically, right? Isaiah 9 and 19. It says, through the wrath of Yahweh of hosts is the land darkened, and the people shall be as the fuel of the fire. Right? So you just going to be fuel for either the chariots or for the ICBM nuclear missiles. Alright? That is all you're going to be. Right? So that is our next benefit of you being proud. Right? You can't be proud. The Most High hate a proud look. Alright? Zechariah chapter, is that 7? Let's see where around verse 10 say. Right? It says, Zechariah 7, I'll start at verse 8. And the word of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai came unto Zechariah, saying, thus speaketh Yahweh of hosts, saying, execute true judgment and shew mercy and compassion every man to his brother, and oppress not the widow, nor the fatherless, the stranger, nor the poor, and let none of you imagine evil against his brother in your heart. So the Most High ain't telling you to do nothing evil, bad, or wicked, but the Most High telling you execute righteous judgment. Do things that is good. But you know, the amount of people consider the Lord to be evil and like the Lord lack knowledge. I just don't know. Right, verse 11. But they refuse to hearken and pull away the shoulder. That is being proud. And stop their ears that they should not hear. Yea, they made their heart as an adamant stone. So that is one thing pride does do here. It does blind you. It does make you hard from hearing the right things. Right? Lest they should hear the law and the words which Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai of hosts had sent in his spirit by the former prophets. Therefore came a great wrath from Yahweh of hosts. The next benefit of your pride. Therefore it is come to pass that as he cried, and they would not hear, so they cried, and I would not hear, said the Most High, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai of hosts. Right? So that is our next benefit of you being proud, that when you crying out unto the Lord now, the Lord ain't going to hear you. Right? Here's the last precept. Believe Isaiah 65, I'll start at verse 12. Right? Isaiah 65, start at verse 11. But ye are they that forsook Yahweh, that forgot my holy mountain, that prepare a table for that troop, and that furnish the drink offering unto that number. Therefore will I number you to the sword, and ye shall all bow down to the slaughter. Because when I called, ye did not answer. When I spake, ye did not hear, but did evil before my eyes, and did choose that wherein I delighted not. Therefore thus saith the Most High Power, behold, my servant shall eat, but he shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but he shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but he shall be ashamed. Right? So the Most High going on, all who proud, all who consider themselves to be something, the Most High going on show you is nothing. Right? And you're going on die that death. Famine, destruction, pestilence, right? The dogs to tear, the sword to slay, and the ICBM nuclear missiles and the chariots of fire. So choose one, choose a struggle. Either you humble yourself now or continue to be proud. You know, so that is the benefits of your pride. Or you that want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, B'Hashem Harakah Kodash, double honors to all the elders, the apostles of great millstone that surely do well. Citation to Eliakim that push this within sincerity and truth. Right, Brother Lamad from GMS saying, hey, we are Hebrew Israelites, not black Hebrew Israelites, right? The children of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The confusion of faces show the four corners of the earth, 2018. Yeah, prophecy, Shalom.